Good morning, y'all. Taylor here with y'all 1067. We are broadcasting from the Red Wing Shoes studio. And today I'm excited because I have a dear friend, Miss Sara Spicer, singer, songwriter, entertainer. Welcome to y'all.
Thank you so much for having me, Taylor. I've been so excited.
I'm so excited that you're here. I'm like, we just need to pour a glass of wine. It's 10 a.m., but no one needs to know.
5 o'clock somewhere. I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
So you're like performing all the time, every single day, just about. Like you sing downtown all the time. Do you have any regular shows that you do where people can come check you out?
Yeah, I do. So I play at Garth Brooks' new place. It's called Friends in Low Places. And I play there on Fridays 6 to 10, Saturdays 2 to 6, and Tuesdays 2 to 6. Yeah.
That place is so awesome. We went to the grand opening and they were telling us like about the stage, like how it was like the stage on Saturday Night Live. They had it specially built and everything. So is it fun performing on that?
It's so fun. And it's like, it definitely, I mean, I think it's got like the best sound system on Broadway. I mean, there's not many places that really compare to it. And yeah, the stage is awesome. And you've seen my shows. Like I love to perform. I love to run around. So I need a stage like that.
Very high energy.
Absolutely. So it's been like such a great place to play and like kind of build like a fan base. So it's been awesome. Yeah.
Well, you're an incredible vocalist. Like seriously, probably one of the best voices that I've ever heard. You've got some soul in there. So I need to know who your musical influences were. We were just kind of talking about Whitney Houston a little bit.
Yeah. So, well, on the countryside, I did grow up singing a lot of Jody Messina, Leanne Rhymes. I grew a lot of, inspiration from Leanne Rhymes. Older Patsy Cline, but then like on the pop side, Celine Dion is one of, oh my gosh, she's one of my favorites. So I take inspiration, Evanescence, Amy Lee.
Yeah.
I mean, inspiration just from everywhere,
So genre is like such a weird word, like country, pop. What would you say that your lane is?
I would say it fits well under pop country. Like, and I feel like there's kind of like nowadays it's so intertwined and like there's a little bit of like rock thrown in there too, but it kind of just works nowadays. That's just kind of how country has just progressed into like, everything combined into one.
They're calling it like country-esque. It's like the new genre, country-esque.
Like because like I honestly hate genres. Like, I mean, not that I hate genres.
Yeah.
I hate putting myself
into a mold. Yeah,
sense.
absolutely.
Because like I write and I write for other people. So I'm like, I'm not just writing one genre. I also like produce a lot. So
awesome.
I am really big into just like the artistic side of it and the creativity part of it. So I'm like, I feel like doing a disco beat today. Like it's whatever kind of my mind just wants to conjure up. So
yeah. How long have you been producing?
It's been like, I feel like the past 2 years I've kind of gotten like a lot more into it. I don't do like full on tracks for people yet. Like I'm basically just doing demos still. Like I co-produce all my own stuff, but I haven't gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, it's just me.
We need more females in that space.
Yeah.
And that's such a tool to have in this town too, like people who can produce and lay down tracks and things like that. So
absolutely. Well, and it's so important too, like as an independent artist, like we have to do everything ourselves. I mean, everything. So, and you need constant content. And so, we do all of our own videos and photos and editing and everything. So
literally,
it helps
so
a lot.
What would you say is the hardest part of being an artist today? Like maybe the content thing that you always have to like put on a show kind
Honestly,
of?
Yes, the content, because it's, and I'm going to be careful with how I say this, but I feel like sometimes it's become so focused on content, and not so much like the talent side of things. And it can be frustrating because like, you pour your heart and soul into these productions and making sure it sounds tip top for it to get like, not a lot of views. And you're like, I poured my heart and soul into this, you know? So it can be a little frustrating, but at the end of the day, it is rewarding because I'm like, I did this myself, and we do it because we love it. And sometimes we get caught up in those numbers just because that's what's being like shoved down our throats is, well, if your numbers aren't there, and I'm like, but where's the like beauty and love and passion for it? Like, you can't lose that side of it.
And the authenticity and the connection to the fans.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like when you're singing in front of a crowd, you're so connected and you're engaging everyone. And just because an artist, for example, like you're saying, might have good numbers or a lot of streams, that doesn't mean that they can sell tickets to a show.
No, it doesn't necessarily always correlate,
right?
For sure. And like you were saying, like the connection with the audience, I think is like number one. And like I want my fans or my followers, people on my show, like I want everyone to feel like seen and loved. And I feel like over the years, like my like view of success has been so different. You know, when you're younger, I'm like, oh, I want to be famous, I want to be rich, you know. But now I've got to the point where I'm just like, I feel like I'm already successful. I'm doing something that I love to do, and I'm making a living doing so. Am I rolling in dough? No. But am I comfortable enough to where I can keep doing this? Yes. And I'm reaching people and getting my message across, and that's what it should be at the end of the day. So I've kind of reeled myself in over the past couple of years and just like enjoying the craft and enjoying the people, you know.
Enjoying the journey.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
perspective is everything. I think you said it best. Like, you get to do something that you're passionate about every single day, and
100%.
that's incredible. But speaking of passion, I want to talk about your new song, which I love. I just listened to it. It's very beautiful. I'm not ready to say all hope is gone, so I'm holding on. I'll let you talk about what the song is about.
Yeah, so so like years ago when I was 9, I'm not sure exactly what we're allowed to say on here, but my mom, she committed suicide, and mental health is so important. And so just over the years, you know, after losing my mom in such a tragic way and seeing the devastation that it caused my family, and her sister went on to do the same thing a couple years later, I watched it like destroy my brother, and thank God he's okay now, he's doing great. But I struggled myself with depression and anxiety over the years, and those scary thoughts that can take place within us at times. So this year, I don't know, I guess I just have been on this healing journey and finally was like, I want to write something like and be raw. And I don't know if you saw the music video, but it's heavy. You know, there's like depictions of some heavy things, but I'm like, this is the reality of mental health and what we all go through at some point. So that's why I wrote this song, because I wanted to show people, like, through my faith, like, Jesus has been a huge part of my journey. Like, he got me through some really difficult times, and just reaching out for help and just knowing that that help is there and that there's beauty on the other side. I really wanted to write this song in hopes to even just help one person.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, thank you for sharing that. And I think that not talking about it is part of the problem.
100%.
You know, and
there's a stigma behind it, and it's not as bad as it used to be, but I think the more we talk about it, the more we normalize it, because, I mean, I don't know anyone personally that has not dealt with that on some scale. You know?
And you can hear the emotion in your voice when you sing it too. You can tell that it comes from a personal place.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Was it healing for you in writing that in a way?
Yeah, it was. So like I remember writing, and I wrote it by myself, and I remember obviously I was like crying during it. And it felt like therapy. It felt like a release. Like I'd been holding all of this in for so long, and I was so nervous to post it on social media, like the story, because I've talked about it. I'm an open book, but placing it on social media, like it's there forever. Like, I don't know, there's just something that I was just anxious about, like maybe what are people going to think? And I was like, who cares? Like, it could help someone. And I just pressed like publish, and the feedback was so great. Like, I'm just so blessed to be able to do what I do, and like I just want to put a positive message out there. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
Authenticity.
Yeah.
You said, you know, your faith has helped you through as well, but there's like a lot of artists struggle with mental health, you know, just with the pressure. What are some other things that you feel like have helped you kind of finding balance in your life? I know you like to work out.
Oh yeah. I love working out. I think working out's a great release, great outlet. But also, like, I mean, obviously through my writing, like that's so therapeutic. And just making sure I take time for myself. You know, being independent, like being in the industry, it's a lot of work. Like I feel like a lot of people that aren't in this think, oh, they just have all this free time. They just live the life. And don't get me wrong, it is beautiful. I love it. I do feel like I'm living a dream. But it's not to say it doesn't come with extreme hard work. And like you are constantly going. And it feels like it doesn't stop. But I have to be sure that I take mental breaks for myself, and we don't need to feel guilty about that, because I can't keep pouring into your cup if mine's completely empty and drained,
you can't pour from an empty cup.
No, so I think it's so important to prioritize. Okay, I'm gonna take this full day to do absolutely nothing. No, I love you, but don't talk to me. You know, like I have to like regain my energy at times, and I think that's so important. So I definitely take time to just do nothing at times, or game. I'm big into gaming.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, wow, yeah, you're a gamer.
I love Fortnite.
I love it.
It's such a good.
You're like every guy's dream girl over here. Sorry, Chris.
Chris is in the back.
Yeah.
No, but I love gaming. I just think take time to do whatever it is that you love that helps you decompress. It's so important.
I love that. Well, you also wrote another song was proud about your mom. I love that song. You crushed that vocally. Love will
Oh, I
hit you
love
hard.
that.
You have so many great ones.
Thank you so much.
What is one of your favorite songs to play live?
Honestly, probably not this latest release, but the one before that, Stop This.
Yeah.
Did you hear that
I
one?
saw that one, and that was the Mean Girls content that you
Yes,
did,
yeah,
right,
I
on
think
social
that
media?
One was like probably one of my favorite songs
Yeah.
that I've written so far, and I wrote that with Chris Lee and Tara Lynn Pfister, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so fun to perform. It's
Yeah.
like my favorite.
And I loved your whole marketing behind it. It was great. So what does the rest of the year look like for you, 2025? What are we making plans for?
So we're finally like going into the winter months. I actually get to kind of relax a little bit because, spring and summer, early falls, like still touring. Like I think I have one or two more like out of town shows coming up. But after that, I kind of get to just chill and relax. Well, I don't want to say relax, but continue.
Right.
We're going to be writing a lot. We're getting in the studio, really just preparing for, spring and summer for more festivals. But
Fun, yeah.
just going to be writing, recording, and releasing a lot of music
We
this
can't
winter.
wait to hear
Yeah,
it.
I'm so excited.
Are you still playing at Friends and like places through
Yes.
the end of the year? Okay, Friends Bar is what it's called,
Yes.
Friends Bar
Yep.
Nash.
I love it there, and they just treat everyone with so much love.
Good team. And so the best way to keep up with you at Sara Spicer Music.
Yep.
And then
That's
do you have a website as well that you want to drop? Or
Honestly, I don't really use a website anymore just because everything's so focused on social media. So I just use
people's attention
Yeah.
spans, man, they're too short.
They're like, I don't feel like that.
Well, we can't wait to hear this new music. Y'all be sure to check out a Sara Spicer show at Friends Bar Nash. You're going to play for us today. What are you going to play?
I'm gonna play my song "Stop This."
Stop this. All right, we're going to set up. This is the Red Wing Studio. Let's go.